Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predictions for Manchester United's game against Everton at Old Trafford. So I'm going to go for the Manchester United win, and the score I'm going to go for 2-0 to Manchester United, and the goal scorers I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford. I think he'll get both goals. Now, I want to give you my predicted 11 for this game. So, I am expecting Eric Ten Hag to make some changes from the 1-0 win against Brentford. I'm going to go with the 4-2-3-1 formation, so in goal, David De Gea. David De Gea was in goal in Man United's 1-0 win against Brentford. Didn't have a lot to do in that game, he did make a crucial save. Not so long ago, De Gea rejected a Man United contract offer, and it's believed that Man United offered him less than his £375,000 a week salary. Don't forget, De Gea is out of contract at the end of the season. He is Man United's #1 goalkeeper. Right back, I'm going to go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think he'll come in for Delors. Delors, of course, started in the win against Brentford. Bissaka, of course, missed the game against Newcastle at St James's Park due to illness. Like I've mentioned, Bissaka's played a lot of games this season because earlier on in the season, Delors had a few injuries, and since the World Cup, Delors really struggled. So obviously in a lot of games, Ten Hag's preferred Bissaka ahead of Delors. The two centre-halves, I'm going to go with Varane and Lisandro Martinez. Of course, they are our first choice centre-halves and they do complement each other well. Obviously, Maguire, Lindelof and Jones are options, but they won't start this game because they're our backup centre-halves. You know, Maguire and Lindelof will only start most of the time when Varane's injured, Martinez is injured, or they're both injured. Left back, Terrell Malacia, he'll come in for Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw picked up an injury against Brentford. I'm not too sure how severe the injury is. Don't forget, not so long ago, Luke Shaw signed a new 4-year contract with Man United, so that means he's under contract with the club now until June 2027. Luke Shaw's previous deal was set to expire in 2024. But yeah, Malacia at left back. The two centre midfielders, I'm going to go with Fred and Sabitzer. Fred will come in for McTominay. And Sabitzer, you know, he played in the game against Brentford. He had a good chance in that game, so was unlucky not to score. He got the headed assist for Rashford's goal. Sabitzer so far has got 1 goal for Man United. He scored in the 3-1 win against Fulham at Old Trafford in the FA Cup quarter-final. We have got Sabitzer on loan till the end of the season, but there's a good chance Man United will sign Sabitzer on a permanent basis. His agent mentioned that earlier on in the season. Eriksen could be an option because I'm hearing that Christian Eriksen could return. If he does play, I don't think he'll start. I think he will come on in the game. Eriksen has been out of an ankle injury for such a long time. He has been a big miss. Casemiro's not an option because he's still suspended. He's got like 2 games or 1 game now to serve. As you all know, when Casemiro plays, he makes a massive difference in that midfield. And, you know, our midfield looks poor without Casemiro in it. Pellistri could be an option in the midfield, but no, he won't start. The attacking midfielder, I'm going to go with Bruno Fernandes. On the left wing, I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford. He'll come in for Sancho on that left wing. Rashford did obviously play against Brentford, but he was playing up top. Like I said, Rashford scored the only goal of the game. He scored from close range. Rashford now has 28 goals in all competitions this season. What a season he is enjoying. After the 1-0 win against Brentford, like I said, Ten Hag did admit Man United are too reliant on Rashford's goals. During the international break, don't forget, Rashford had to withdraw from the England squad because he picked up an injury. On the right wing, I'm going to go with Jadon Sancho. I think he'll start ahead of Anthony. Anthony, of course, started against Brentford. I do recall him having a chance in the game. Garnacho is obviously not an option on the wing because he's still out. He's out for a few weeks. He came off injured in the 0-0 draw with Southampton. So Jadon Sancho on the right wing. He said not so long ago that obviously Erik Ten Hag is losing his patience with Jadon Sancho and he's happy to sell up to 6 players. So could Sancho depart the club in the summer? And up top, I'm going to go with Anthony Martial. Martial is available again. He has obviously been hampered with injuries this season, and that's why obviously he hasn't played a lot of games. Weghorst is an option up top, but I think Martial will start up top. So that's how I think Manchester United could line up against Everton. Like I've mentioned, I'm expecting Manchester United to win this game. Everton are really struggling. They're near the relegation zone, the 16th. They could go down this season. This will be the third time Man United will be playing Everton this season. Man United have already beaten them twice this season, beating them 3-1 in the FA Cup at Old Trafford and beating them 2-1 in the league earlier on in the season. Everton, of course, drew their last league game with Tottenham 1-1. But as you all know, Man United did beat Brentford 1-0. It was good to see us get back to winning ways in the league. Because prior to the Brentford game, Man United were winless in the last 3 league games. And we didn't score a goal in 3 league games up until the Brentford game. But reflecting on that win against Brentford, we're now back in the top 4. Everton, the players they've got Tom Davies, Dwight McNeil, who they got from Burnley, Mason Holgate, Ben Godfrey. Everton got Ben Godfrey from Norwich. Nathan Patterson, Everton signed him from Rangers. They've got Seamus Coleman, who's still there. Yerry Mina, Michael Keane there, 2 centre-halves. Idrissa Gueye, he's in his second spell at Everton. At one point, he was out on loan, was it, with PSG. James Tarkowski, Everton signed him from Burnley. Dwight McNeil, Everton also signed him from Burnley. Connor Cody, Everton signed him from Wolves. He's a defender. Decore, he's suspended for this game. Everton got him from Watford. Andros Townsend is not available, I don't think, for this game because he's out of injury. Everton got him from Palace. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is not available for this game because he's out of injury. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is probably the best player Everton have got. Demarai Gray, he's a former Leicester player. Neil Maupay, Everton signed him from Brighton. Ellis Sims, James Garner, Everton got him from Man United. If he does play in this game, he'll be reuniting with Man United. And the goalkeepers, Everton have got, like I've said, they've got Pickford, Andy Lonergan and Asmir Begovic. So they are a lot of the players that Everton have got. You know, obviously the Everton manager is Sean Dyche. He's under contract with Everton until 2025. He got appointed in as the Everton manager in January this year. He's been the Everton manager for just a few months. Sean Dyche was the one that replaced Frank Lampard. Everton sacked Frank Lampard earlier on in the season. I've just heard Frank Lampard has now made a return to Chelsea as the caretaker manager. But Sean Dyche, don't forget at one point he was at Burnley, was a long-serving manager with them, wasn't he there for like a decade, and before then he managed Watford. Like I said before, Everton had Rafa Benitez sacked him, you had Carlo Ancelotti, he left Everton to go back to Madrid. One point I think Duncan Ferguson was the interim manager a couple of times. They had Marco Silva at one point, they sacked him. One point they had Roberto Martinez. I think they should have stuck with him because, to be honest with you, Everton were very consistent under him. And a lot of years ago, they had David Moyes, and he was a long-serving manager at Everton. He enjoyed like an 11-year managerial tenure with them. He was a good manager, even though he didn't win anything, so there you go. And like I've said, Man United have done transfer business with Everton before. You know, we got Rooney off them a lot of years ago, got Lukaku off them around 6 years ago now, and got Fellaini off them back in 2013. But on the other side of things, Everton have done transfer business with Man United. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes, on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless.